You want her back. Let's not pretend you don't. You still think about her. Wonder what she's doing, if she misses you, if the guy she's talking to now is better than you. You replay old memories in your head, like a movie you never wanted to stop watching. You ask yourself what went wrong. Was it something you said, something you didn't say? And deep down, beneath all that confusion, beneath all that emotional noise, there's one quiet belief you're holding on to. Maybe, just maybe, she'll come back. If you just wait long enough. If you change. If you explain yourself. If you prove you're worth another shot. But here's the truth you probably don't want to hear. Not the watered down version. Not the sugar-coated lie your friends tell you to make you feel better. If you want her back, you must become someone she no longer recognizes. Not the same man who begged. Not the same man who broke down. Not the man who sent late-night paragraphs hoping she'd respond with a heart emoji. No, you have to become the version of yourself she thought she could never lose, but did. The version that doesn't chase, doesn't need her, doesn't flinch at silence. You want her back? You have to become the man who doesn't need her anymore. And I know that sounds harsh, but here's what you need to understand about attraction, especially with women. The moment she knows she has you, she stops feeling the pull. The moment she sees that you're waiting, checking your phone, stalking her stories, she feels it. And whether she admits it or not, that kills her respect for you. Women don't fall for desperation. They fall for energy, for emotional strength, for the man who could have her but doesn't need to. And right now, you're not that man. Right now, you're stuck in a loop of hoping, overthinking, and negotiating with your own dignity. But you want her back? Really back? Then stop trying to fix the past. Start becoming the man who wouldn't even accept the old version of that relationship again. Because the truth is, you're not really missing her. You're missing the version of yourself that you were when things felt good. You're missing the illusion, the comfort, the validation, the fantasy, and she gave that to you until she didn't. So now you're stuck between two versions of her, the one in your memory and the one who walked away. And I'm telling you right now, only one of those women is real. The real one left. The real one didn't fight for you. The real one chose distance, silence, detachment. But the version of you that gets her back, he's not sitting here crying over texts. He's building, he's changing, he's growing, not for her, but for himself. That's the irony of it all. The more you become who you should have been from the start, grounded, detached, focused, the more the world starts treating you differently. And guess what? She will notice. Not because you posted a gym selfie or some vague quote on your story, but because she'll feel it. Your energy won't be chasing anymore. It'll be still, centered, unavailable in the best way possible, because the version of you that wins in life and in love is the version that finally learns how to walk away. Not out of bitterness, but out of self-respect. You see, most men think that if they just explain themselves better, if they just give her space, if they just wait long enough, she'll come running back. But attraction doesn't work that way. She doesn't want words. She wants transformation. She doesn't want apologies. She wants a reason to look at you with new eyes. And that means becoming a man who doesn't apologize for evolving. A man who doesn't chase. A man who doesn't shrink himself to keep someone who is already halfway out the door. That version of you, the emotionally disciplined one, he doesn't beg. He doesn't replay memories. He doesn't wait. He rebuilds. He hits the gym, not for attention, but to rebuild a temple that was once neglected. He grinds, financially, spiritually, mentally, not to impress her, but because he refuses to ever feel powerless again. He sharpens his mind, learns to enjoy solitude, cuts out distractions, and watches as the world starts responding to his energy in ways he never imagined. Because the truth is, when you finally become that version of yourself, the one who doesn't care if she comes back or not, that's when she starts caring again. Not because she's changed, but because you have. You're no longer the same man who crumbled. You're no longer waiting for her to choose you. You've already chosen yourself. And in doing that, you became rare. You became the man she used to dream about before she settled for your weaker version. But here's the part that stings. By the time she realizes what she lost, you may not even want her back. Not because you're spiteful, but because you'll finally understand the cost of lowering your standards just to feel loved. You'll see the cracks you ignored, the games she played, the moments she pulled away and you still came closer. You'll remember the man you used to be, desperate, reactive, emotional, and you'll thank God that version of you died. Because what stands in his place now is a man who doesn't chase women. He attracts them. He doesn't fold under silence. He thrives in it. He doesn't beg for love. He becomes the embodiment of it. And if she comes back, cool. If she doesn't, cool. Because either way, you've already won. This is what happens when a man finally understands his value, when he stops making women the center of his emotional universe, when he stops overthinking every text, every like, every story view, when he finally realizes, she's not the prize, I am. And the moment you embrace that truth, the moment you live it, is the moment everything changes. You want her back? Then become the man who no longer needs her to feel whole. So now you're sitting with the truth, not the fantasy, not the hope, not the illusion you kept trying to convince yourself was real. The truth. The truth that if you want her back, the last thing you can do is chase her. The last thing you can do is wait for her. The last thing you can do is keep trying to prove your worth to someone who made you doubt it in the first place. You want her back? Then become the version of yourself that doesn't care whether she comes back or not. Because that's the man she never expected you to become. That's the man who stops reacting and starts leading. That's the man who turns silence into strength. That's the man who no longer folds under pressure, but becomes more composed, more grounded, more focused than he's ever been. And by the time she notices, it won't even be about her anymore. It'll be about you, the man you've rebuilt from the inside out. A man with purpose, a man with peace, a man who doesn't lose himself trying to keep love because he's already found everything he needs within himself. So don't go back to the version of you who chased. Don't go back to the man who overthought every word, every delay, every unanswered message. He's gone now, and good riddance, because what's waiting for you now is something far better than her. It's you, the real you, the unshakable you, the one who doesn't just look powerful, but actually is. And if this message hits something deep inside you, if you're tired of chasing love and ready to reclaim your power, I've got something that will help you take this even further. My ebook, How to Stop Chasing Love and Make Them Chase You, is written for the man who's done playing games. It's for the man who's ready to become emotionally untouchable. It's not about tricks. It's not about manipulation. It's about learning the mindset, discipline, and psychology that flips the entire dynamic in your favor, for good. If you're ready to make them come to you, not by pretending, but by truly transforming, the link is in the description. I'll see you on the next one. Stay strong, stay calm, and never forget who the prize really is.